Hello and welcome back to Artist Mindset. I'm your host Martina, and today's episode is a gentle reminder that your art is not a race. It's a lifelong relationship. We live in a culture that glorifies instant success or overnight fame, but the truth is, the real art, the one that lasts, takes time. Your creative journey is a marathon, is not a race, is not a sprint. And what that means is that you have to pace yourself. You have to find time to rest, and you need to also find a way to breathe, right? There is this illusion or myth, I think, that if your art career doesn't take off right away, you are a failure or you failed. But that's not true, let's be honest. There is just so little people in the whole planet that became famous or successful early on in life. And the problem is that we only focus on those and on glorifying those as success. But look at the majority of the people. The majority of the people didn't make $1 million in their 20s. They didn't become famous in their 20s, sometimes not even 30s. And if you look at artists, have you ever thought of how many artists even became successful after their death? Not even their life. But the real win, I think, is that they haven't given up on themselves and on their art. They just couldn't help themselves, right? I mean, look at Van Gogh. He sold one painting in his life and he never stopped painting. And it's not to say that you should be sort of starving artist, especially in the 21st century and in a privileged society like I live in. I'm of course aware of that. But don't give up on your career and on your art just because you started painting 2 years ago and you are not making money from your art, or that you've started doing music and is not working out as you expected. Because it is a marathon. It is a lifelong journey of learning and growing and expanding as an artist. And it always evolves. It's like a garden, right? Think of it like a garden. If you plant seeds in it, they will not grow overnight, right? And the truth is, you have to nurture it, you have to water it for a long time. And even when you feel like nothing is happening because you don't see any movement or anything happening above the soil surface, underneath the seeds are sprouting, right? And some seeds might simply take longer, like a bamboo, right? It takes years for a bamboo to grow. And the same is for our career or art. It might take years to even sell our first painting. But if you feel in your gut and you're in your heart that it's the right thing to do, then don't give up. Because it is a journey. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So when you are on your journey, breathe. Because you are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. And you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if something is meant for you, it cannot miss you. And it won't. So don't give up and trust that it's going to work out. That there is a plan for you. Because truly what is meant for you will not miss you. And also the external success cannot sustain you, right? You cannot live off of other people's gratification or glorification of your art, because you have to feel it. You are the one feeding your art, nurturing your creative garden, And then you are the one harvesting the fruit from it. So you can't expect that if other people just come to your garden and you give it compliments, but it's not what you want, it's going to sustain you, right? I hope I make sense right now, but you know what I mean. If you had a garden, if you imagine having a garden and then other people just say, oh, these flowers are beautiful, but you wished you had pumpkins, it doesn't mean anything. It's not going to sustain you. Of course, it's going to feel nice in the moment, but it's not what you want. So listen to yourself and follow what you want and nurture that side of you. And don't be scared to change directions, because if you truly feel a shift happening inside of you, then you should follow it, because it's going to become so much harder to keep doing whatever you are doing, even though internally you don't feel that is the right thing for you to do, or that is the right direction to go anymore, that you should shift directions. You have to follow that feeling. You have to listen to yourself, because it's not going to sustain you. It's the same way, like, if we use the garden metaphor again, imagine you planted pumpkin seeds 3 years ago, and you loved those pumpkins for 3 years, but you've been eating them every day for 3 years, and you're kind of getting sick of them, right? Wouldn't you plant something else? Even if you're not sure, just to try out. Because maybe you plant apples, maybe you plant cucumbers, and maybe you don't like cucumbers, but you realize, I actually do like apples. But if you never try, you never know. So also don't be scared to change directions. Don't be scared to expand in different ways. And don't think that that's the end of whatever you've been creating before. Because the skills and whatever you've learned, the knowledge, will always stay with you, right? And you never know when you can use it again. And even if you try a new direction and you realize maybe you didn't like it so much and actually you want to come back to whatever you were doing before, again, you're not going to lose those skills. You're not going to forget that knowledge. And you never know when you might want to come back to that new direction, or when you might use those skills again. So don't give up on yourself and don't give up on your art, because it will take time. And it will take a lot of patience and hope and trust, but it's worth it. So don't give up, because it will all work out, and whatever is meant for you will never miss you. So just remember that. That's all from me for today, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, or if you have any other thoughts or ideas you'd like me to talk about. And I will see you in the next episode of Artist Mindset.